5 years since he started this group, the Apollo Hospitals Group. Dr. Pratap Reddy has really revolutionized the concept of healthcare and the way healthcare is delivered to the people. Dr. Pratap Reddy was to be here, but because of slight indisposition, the vice chair of Apollo Hospitals, his eldest daughter, Dr. Preetha Reddy, is very much here. Before I invite her on the stage, let's have a AV introduction of Dr. Preetha Reddy.
Mrs. Preetha Reddy is the Vice Chairperson of the Apollo Hospitals Group, Asia's foremost integrated healthcare provider. She is widely recognized for her contributions in making high-quality healthcare accessible to millions across the country. Apollo Hospitals is acclaimed as the pioneer of private healthcare in India and was the country's first corporate hospital. Since its inception in 1983, the group has touched the lives of over 150 million individuals who came from 140 countries. She's a nominated member of the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research and also the Senior Vice President of NatHealth, Healthcare Federation of India. She's on the Board of Governors of the Management Development Institute, Gurgaon. Committed to service, Preetha Reddy provides leadership and direction to several social projects like Sachi, Save a Child's Heart Initiative, which supports diagnostics and treatment of underprivileged children ailing with congenital heart diseases. Preetha Reddy was conferred the ABLF Award for Business Courage by the Asian Business Leaders Forum, Dubai. She is also a recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award for Distinguished Service in the field of social science conferred by the Loyola Forum for Historical Research. She was awarded the NHRDN People CEO Awards Women Leadership by the National HRD Network. Preetha Reddy holds a bachelor's degree in science and a master's in public administration. She was conferred the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, by the Tamil Nadu Dr. NGR Medical University. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Preetha Reddy.
To escort Mrs. Preetha Reddy up on the desk, Rekha, will you please escort, and may I request past director Panduranga Setti, will you please, sir, come up? Friends, basically, ma'am, this award is to Dr. We can't give awards to a person like Pratap Reddy, but still, whatever small from on behalf of Rotary is for Pratap Reddy, and thank you for coming here and accepting on his behalf. So let me read this Super Achiever Excellence in Healthcare Award presented to Dr. Pratap Reddy for pioneering innovation in accessible healthcare, bringing high-quality, cutting-edge healthcare within the reach of all, and conceptualizing preventive healthcare model, presented 7th day of December. And I don't think I could have found a better person than an educationist of fame, Mr. Panduranga Setti, who also tells me now that he knows your dad. He's the best person to give you this award. Sir, may I ask you to present this award to her? And may I request Rekha Shetty, who really has been the go-between between Apollo and Rotary. She's got Apollo and Rotary together. Rekha, will you please felicitate Preetha ji? And man, request Preetha ji, will you please come here? Friends, there is an Apollo card which the Apollo has made for each and every delegate. I think around 100 people have gone, taken the card and availed of the facility. I suggest that after eating all that rich food, please go and get yourself checked. If you don't want to get yourself checked and don't want to get scared at least go and collect the card. And let me tell you, friends, that this is really, really very worthwhile card. Apollo and this is Apollo Global Rewards card. So may I request Preetha ji to unveil this card. Can you hold it? Come in the center now. Come in the center, sir. Little center. Come in the little center and sir. Let me tell you, I always believe in leading by example. Ma'am, can you read the name there? I already have my card. Do you have your card? Please go. Please go and collect your card and get your health checkup, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Yeah, of course. Please, it's yours. Raju, just help him off, please.
Respected Rotarians, people who've made a difference, not only in India but globally, it's an honor to be here among all of you this afternoon. I do, with great humility, accept the acknowledgement and the felicitation which was done for my father. I do it not only on his behalf, but on behalf of every Indian who is proud to be an Indian and who has the spirit and the daring to dream, and that spirit of service to make a difference in our homeland, our motherland, and by doing that, make a difference globally. The movement of Rotary, we have grown up literally watching, hearing, trying to emulate the fantastic and incredible work that Rotary does. I come from a healthcare family, and I think the Pulse Polio initiative has made such a huge difference globally that when I heard Dr. Khanna speak about the war against NCDs, I'm sure all of you think in the same fashion that if we can do it for Pulse Polio, why can we not do it for NCDs? And I think that is the reason why, post-lunch, important session, but Rotary focusing on healthcare is just so important for the very core of our existence. And honestly, the amount of time, effort, energy, importance we give, it's just not enough. There's a beautiful song which we all heard as children, I'm sure you did, and it said that the spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. But let me tell you, a spoonful of sugar or a spoonful of salt is going to add medicines to all of us now because we don't live life the way we used to as children. So, the whole world has become topsy-turvy. And I think organizations like Rotary are the ones who can really make a difference. And believe it or not, while the problem is huge, it's humongous in India, globally it's a big problem. And we have to be cognizant of it and see what all we can do. The story of my company, my organization, my family, because everything is intertwined. My father has 4 daughters, and we just started working with him like all good daughters. We thought our dad was working very hard, and we loved telling him that we were cheap labor because we just worked and didn't expect anything, except the fact that we felt so good that we were helping out. And that's how the Apollo story started. But it was all about saving lives. It was all about being change makers. It was all about doing whatever we had to do unquestioningly, because at the end of it, we were told as children that the patient is the core of our existence. The patient is there, and that's why we have to do what we do. And along the journey, many people joined us, some fantastic clinicians. I think we are what we are today only because of the doctors and clinicians who walked the dream along with my father. But so many other people who were part of this. I think they were the change agents in our country. And healthcare in India today is emulated globally. People come to us for unanswered questions. They come to us for the AAA. And I'm going to tell you what the AAA is. It's not a rating by CRISIL, by the way. It's a rating which we have to be as proud Indians, which we've given healthcare, access, affordability, and accountability. No other country has done this AAA in such a short time. And it's not, thank you, but it's not about Apollo. You know, it's not what Apollo has done, but the healthcare community, every doctor, the doctors who were on stage who spoke to us, the doctors in the community, the doctors who serve in the villages, in the rural areas, they are the ones who brought this AAA rating to our country. And I think as Indians, as Rotarians, we must acknowledge it and be proud of it. And that is what we have done over the past few decades. But then, with healthcare or with human lives, things never stop. We have this huge problem in front of us, which was discussed brilliantly by the panelists earlier, about the NCDs. So the questions which we have to ask ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, is how can we, when the topic was the future of healthcare, the future of healthcare is fantastic, it's exciting. There is technology, there is AI, there is Watson, Siri will tell you where to look and what to do, and then Alexa will come and tell you what to open, what to eat. So, our dietitians will have somebody helping them. But that's not enough. Unless we realize that it's not about something external, it's not about fantastic technology, but it's about internal, it's about changing our lives, our lifestyle. That is the future of healthcare. So I think tomorrow's healthcare is a huge worry. While we have this armament of equipment, we just invested in Southeast Asia's first proton technology for fighting cancer. And it's proving phenomenal in the fight against cancer. But what if cancer was just detected early? What if we actually screened cancer early? We have cath labs working 24/7 because somebody's come in with a heart attack, primary angioplasty, so on and so forth. Fantastic work. So many bypass surgeries. But if you look at the problem on one side and you look at the intervention on the other side, you just cannot match the numbers because the problem is so huge. What if we just intervened early enough? What if we said that, we will start a movement just like we did earlier for the Pulse Polio movement, and tell people like the panelists and Dr. Khanna was so inspirational. Why can't we do something like that? And I think we have to think differently and we have to think innovatively. What if the kind of clout which Rotary has, can we go back to the government and tell, work with the Information and Broadcasting Ministry and say, they talk about cigarette smoking, injurious to health. Why don't they say that change in lifestyle, eating less sugar, all the good things which were said 2 minutes, 5 minutes earlier? Why can't the, IB ministry work as part of our initiatives? So there's so many fantastic ideas, so much we can do. Can we use technology more? Can our palm, the telephones in our hands, the intelligent messaging, can that focus on healthcare more? So I think while we say that there is a problem and we have to take these steps, sometimes I think we have to run a race. And these steps are good and they're important, and really so many committed clinicians looking to do that. But can we really work in a disruptive way to overcome the burden of disease? Because the disease really, really worries us. My father is, in a way, a health evangelist. He could have, lived in the US, was doing extremely well, which we as children loved being in the US, which I guess that's what happens to that age group. But then he came back because his father said, what you're doing there doesn't help our country or our village. When are you going to come back? He didn't say, will you come back? He didn't say, will you think of coming back? He just said, when are you coming back? So my father just packed up one wife, 4 daughters, a car, a beautiful car and a washing machine, and came back to India. That's it, no questions asked. So he sold the car and washing machine and started a clinic in Chennai. And that again, grew to the Apollo hospitals because a patient could not go abroad in time for surgery. So this was the story, and it's grown. So when we go back to him, every month we have, wherever we are, we have to do a bit of a review with him. And he's got this, I guess all daughters love their father, so excuse me for that. But having said that, he calls and he says, what good things have you done today? So we are scrambling to tell him that we've done something good today. So every month when we have a review, we talk about, we say, okay, with this many beds, we've done this, we've started this, so on and so forth. But of late, I see that after all this talk, there's a silence from Dr. Reddy, and he looks at us and he says, if you give me solutions to keep people out of hospitals, I don't want people getting sick. I don't want youngsters just dropping dead because nobody has taught them what to do. I don't want elders coming into hospitals because, someone could have intervened early. Give me answers to keep people out of hospitals. And I think that, ladies and gentlemen, is what responsibility is all about. We can show brilliant numbers, we can be on the stock exchange, we can, get awards from some business forum or the other. It doesn't answer the human responsibility of being in healthcare, of being a healthcare provider. So I think all of us, and I'm so, so thankful to that panel before, because frankly, it was like music to my ears, and I will go back and tell our chairman that, not only you, but everybody else is talking like that. And I think that if we find ways to keep people out of hospitals, because frankly, there are not enough hospital beds anyway. So, hospitals or healthcare is just not a business anymore, because people are getting sick so much and we do not have answers. So the best solution is to keep them well. So can we all work together and keep people well? Many of you here are influencers because, all of you are Rotary governors. You have a whole ecosystem which you influence. You have children who will listen to you. You have friends who will do anything for you. Can all of us as influencers talk to people just 1 minute, 2 minutes about all the things we learned in the earlier panel? Because believe it or not, it will honestly and really make a difference. And I would like a day when, the rest of the world, I would like to dare to dream, will look at India as a country which made such a difference that people have actually moved from illness to wellness. Because our ancient forefathers did it. Somewhere along the line, we lost it. Can we regain what was lost in the past? Bring it to the future? Because the future is honestly not about all of us sitting in this room. We've led our lives, we've got our laurels, we've been acknowledged, we've frankly done it all. But if we have to leave a legacy behind, if we have to leave a legacy for future generations, can we leave a legacy of wellness? That is a big request to all of you. Thank you all for your time and your patient hearing. As always, it was an honor. Namaste.
Thank you, Preetha ji. Thank you, Preetha ji, for really, really conveying an excellent message across to the audience and reinforcing what the previous panel had said, that let's look at wellness, let's not look at treating patients. I know that. I always believed, Preetha ji, that good health and good thinking are our two most important possessions. But I truly believe that good health is most important, because body is sound, then only mind can be sound actually. But in today's day and age, we do not look at the health at all till we fall sick and then we rush to hospitals. And that's a very, very noble concept that Dr. Pratap Reddy is having, that he doesn't want people to come more and more to his hospitals. So on our behalf, a small token of appreciation for you, and please convey to Dr. Pratap Reddy and all your sisters our deepest thanks and appreciation for all that you are doing and for partnering with Rotary in this very noble venture. Thank you so much, Preetha ji. Thank you. Thank you. Friends, a round of applause for Preetha ji for the good work that she is doing. Thank you, Preetha ji. Yes. Rotary Foundation. Friends, it's time to